Thanks a lot. So my name is Barnaby Marshall. I'm a part owner of I Love Ugly. I Love Ugly is, I might actually just grab this while I'm on the starting points there. Okay, there we go. So I Love Ugly is a men's lifestyle brand. We make clothing, shoes, accessories, and other lifestyle products for young men around the world. My business partner and I have been in business for about 2.5 years, and in that time we've opened up 3 physical stores in New Zealand, and we have a 4th one on our way in October. We have 100 stockists around the world, 20 in the UK, 6 in France, 15 countries roughly. We've got a fast growing online store. We have 20 staff under the age of 30, and we're on target to grow by 250% this year. So even though we sell to about 100 stores worldwide, we do about 80% of our trade direct to our end consumers, which is quite a progressive idea in the garment trade. We plan to open up stores all around the world, using our online store as like a guide to find where our customers are located. Our goal is to be the best menswear brand in the world, and we've come from nothing, and I suppose we're kind of on the way to achieve that. So we've got no background in business before what we're doing now. When we started out, we didn't actually even know there was such a thing as seasons in the fashion industry, but we kind of figured that one out. But I suppose this naivety has worked in our favour in a lot of ways. We didn't know the rules that we were breaking when we were breaking them. So we're inspired by business, and we're really passionate about making something great for our customers and ourselves to enjoy. So we've achieved our success to date by doing things our own way and using our own undisturbed logic to navigate our way through the tribulations and trials. But the tangible pillars that I want to talk about today that have led to our success have been: 1, having a clear vision. So we've got a metaphor for the I Love Ugly man, and every decision that we make is guided by this set of principles that outline everything from the apartment that this guy lives in to the type of whiskey that he drinks. So that's a really important part of the way that we make every decision on a daily basis. We do things differently. We didn't know anything about what we were doing when we started, so we just did what worked for us, and we've just done more of the things that work the best. So it's been a pretty simple trial and error. We put ourselves outside of our comfort zone. So when we were first starting out, V and I shared notes on the 42 Below book that we both read, and a line that really stood out was, "Bite off more than you can chew, and chew like crazy." This kind of set a tone, I suppose, for the year to come. We threw ourselves into deep water, and we managed to learn to swim. And the last one is that we've used the internet to connect with the entire world. So these days everyone lives on the same street. It's just about how big your house is on Google Avenue. So what we've learned is that the old model is failing. Big businesses are struggling to keep up with the speed at which smaller, more agile businesses like ours can implement new ideas. It's not the big that eat the small, it's the fast that eat the slow. Business is going through a changing world, and this can only be fixed by stripping back to the service or product that made that company unique and value-adding at the start, and really re-identifying with that. And the exact same goes for the cities and countries that we live in. The world is going through a disruptive time. Improvement in living standards and the growing population is raising the bar of what it means to produce food, provide housing, and education. And I think that's a very exciting time. The Chinese have a word for crisis which has 2 elements. One is opportunity, and the other is disaster. So I'm very interested in a new New Zealand. I see New Zealand as the best opportunity in the world to model the new ideas that can change the world we live in. And I see a very strong correlation between the ideas that have made us successful and how these can be transposed into the cities and countries we live in. So first of all, I believe we need a unified vision. something that we can work towards on every level of society. We need to stop floundering around, voting in opposing political parties who do and undo each other's work in a practically pointless 3-year seesaw. We need to stop focusing on a primary produce sector for long-term growth, because it's very short-sighted and doesn't give any opportunity for exponential growth. Having a vision the whole country can aspire to will streamline all industries and politics. Secondly, we cannot be afraid to do things differently. The biggest hindrance to productive change is not a lack of new ideas, because we've got plenty of those, but it's the fear that they won't work. This fear is completely irrational. Rational thinking would be, this idea is not working, so let's try something new. It might not get us to exactly where we want to be, but at least it will get us away from what we know doesn't work. We can't be afraid to make some mistakes along the way. Every mistake is one step closer to success. Margaret Mead said, "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has." We as a people should be motivated to create a new world model. If China and Korea can go from being poverty-stricken nations to being the economic powerhouses that we see today in less than my lifetime, imagine what we could do if we had a clear vision and didn't fear change. Thirdly, we need to put ourselves outside the comfort zone. If you're comfortable, you aren't growing. And New Zealand has the curse that it's a very comfortable place to be. Well, the curse, yeah. But the status quo is, let's not make significant change, because that'll be outside the norm and be disruptive and make us feel all uncomfortable. But a small discomfort today will be a far more comfortable future. We should all be comfortable in a climate of constant change. Lastly, these ideas and new technology should become the foundation of New Zealand's export. As Isle of Ugly have proven, you can easily communicate new ideas to the entire world very easily and quickly. So the question I'd like to ask is, what is the difference between the people that change the world and you? The answer is, as much difference or as little as you'd like there to be. Thank you.